Well, guess what? I am blinging. I'm blinging. I cannot speak properly today. I'm bringing a Game Boy Advance game. Hey!
Yay, yay, more Game Boy.
Yes.
The more Game Boy, the more better.
The more better. I like that. The more better. Um, because why do I bring a Game Boy game? Because I have to move, as I said before, from this desk, and my CRT is here, and I cannot stay here sitting down all day because by now my bum has the shape of the chair I'm sat on. So I take my Game Boy Pocket, what's it called, analog pocket, take it in the other room, sit in the dark, and play it there. Okay, so this game is a really, really good game by an author that we've already talked about in the past, Evan Bowman or Evan Bowman. Bowman. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's called Blind Jump, and it's as I said for Game Boy Advance. It's sort of a clear it all, a bit like what's it called? We just did Alien Intruder sort of thing. So you kill all the enemies that are in a screen, and then you move to the next screen. That is, in a nutshell, what it is. Naturally, it's for the Game Boy Advance, so it's got a lot of good stuff in it. Uh, Evan's done a really incredible job again, and with all his games, I'm really always shocked at how good quality they are.
Absolutely.
Uh, Incredible. So this is a procedurally generated game as well. So each time you go through one of the waypoints, once you clear the level, it will generate a completely random one the next time with different enemies. Well, different to a certain extent enemies and
No,
layouts.
hang on a second. Is it procedurally generated
Yes,
or random?
procedurally generated. It says you
Okay,
can
so
read
that.
on the GitHub. So you can find this on itch.
Mhm.
Uh, and on GitHub it's free, or probably on itch
But
it's
that doesn't mean random, right? It
no,
means
no, it
that
means
there's a sort of procedural function which is always the
yes,
same to
yes,
generate.
yes, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
random like perhaps, but
No, no, what I meant it was procedurally generated.
okay, okay.
I think the difference is that if you randomly generate, then
You can't
you,
play.
yeah, right. Then you have like a random. Then you don't have a level, so you have
Yeah,
to have some of algorithm to make the level work, and that's I think the procedurally generated part. So you have some kind of algorithm to make a completable level.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think yeah.
but hmm. I used to think that procedurally generated means that there is an algorithm that allows the programmer not to manually define the levels because
Yes.
the
Right.
algorithm always generates the next, but it always generates the same levels. So
No.
not randomly
All
No, it's
right.
because
different.
well, how can because there has been procedurally generated games since the Atari VCS, but I don't think that console could do random. To do something really random, you need like an internal clock or something that it simulates randomness, right?
I think you should discuss these details with
Mm.
Evan Bowman, not with me. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they're all different so far, and they're never the same. So you can, but again, it's free ROM. You can download it. You can do. Maybe I got it all wrong, like I did with Deep in the Dungeon. But to be honest, I've tried this quite a lot, so seems all right. Seems that it does what it says. So all the levels seem different. If you go in the waypoint, um, you never get the same ones. Well, at least I didn't notice if they were the same. I didn't notice. They all seem different to me. So this one was made possibly in 2023, and I only can tell that because of the GitHub commits. The last one was 2 years ago. So from there, it is on itch.io. I did look if there was a release date on there, but I didn't spot it. So either I am getting more and more older, or I need a lot of sleep. I'm missing a lot of
It
sleep.
says 2021 on GitHub. the latest release.
The
But,
latest. Oh, okay. Yes, I thought it was 2 years ago. It said it for me, but
maybe itch. I can't. I didn't. I know. I'm not looking at
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it's not super recent, but I've only just discovered this, and since I've played another beautiful game of his, I thought, oh, I need to play this. It is stunning graphically. I don't know if he does his own sprites. I think he does. It's incredible looking, like every game he's made, actually.
This looks a bit like Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah, it's got that vibe. It does. So it says like he started this project in 2015 while in college. So this dude must be like a sort of a genius, and resumed work on the code after several year-long hiatus, during which he was teaching himself oil painting. So you know, you can kind of tell this dude. No, God. Originally it was for Mac OS, but it was rebuilt from scratch in 2020 with a different and custom engine. So. And now you can play this game on different other platforms: Linux, Windows, Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, as is one I'm bringing, and the PSP as well. So that's pretty cool. Now,
nice.
The concept is very simple. So you clear the level of enemies, and then in every level there is a chest, and it only opens when you have killed all the enemies. You kill the enemies, you go to the chest, it opens up, you get a reward.
So it's from top-down perspective.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
That's right. Thank you for clarifying that. It's a top-down yeah. It's view from the top, and as I was saying, you complete the levels by killing all the enemies. You get the reward, and then you go through the portal. Scattered throughout the level, there are also hearts that you will desperately need, and you'll find money in the form of blue dots, blue coins. They don't really look like coins, but they're like blue squares. And let's say the game starts off really easy. The intro is beautiful. It's very simple. It's just a spaceship going in the air, and then going into space, and then you just says part 1, the arrival, and then you start your adventure in the first level, where you can see your spaceship that's crash landed, and you have one enemy, I think like a sort of drone, and it's fairly easy, but the difficulty ramps up pretty quickly. Already on the second screen is still okay, but you then, let's say the first enemy is the drone, doesn't shoot, does 2 movements slowly and 1/3 movement that's really quick. So you need to learn the pattern of these to be able to, so you count the 1, they move 2, they move the 3rd time. You have to be quite nimble and move out the way, because they'll come really quickly to your position. I think as you go on, then you get some turrets that shoot to you, and as you progress even further, then you get like sort of drones with a cape, if that makes sense. And they shoot as well. The turrets don't move, but these other enemies, the drones with the cape, do move as well, and very quickly in like jigs. So they just have a jump and they shoot. So it becomes really, really difficult, really, really fast. What to say about this game? Controls wise, so you move with the D-pad. And then you only use 2 buttons, one for dodging, so you press, I don't know because I played on the analog pocket, but the rightmost button on the 4 buttons.
A.
Thank you. You press A and you dodge, and you press B to shoot. So you have a default weapon to shoot. And then anyways, on the select opens the inventory, and then you have the home button or start button, which opens the option screen, which contains a load of options as well, which is incredible. We'll talk about those later. Then you have also the shoulder buttons on the Game Boy Advance. So I think the left one opens the map, and the right one opens the inventory, but in a different way. It opens them like side menus, sort of the side drawers that come in from the side, and they're just very, very useful during gameplay.
Sort of quick menu or something.
Yeah, that's right. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this game in terms of It's not turn based. It's real. It's quick time. Just you have to move around and dodge the bullets. It's very hard. You need to learn how to use the dodge very quickly. Then you
Does
need
the dodge have iframes that you can't be hit when you dodge? Or
No, I think not. I think I got hit. I couldn't really put my hand. I tried that, but I think I got hit all the time. So you just have to be quick, at least from the bullets. I don't know. It's like a dash, really. But again, maybe I am wrong and I don't have the reflexes and I think I'm dodging, but I'm not dodging. But it did seem that you get hit anyways. What I was going to say is that yes, it's real time, so you have to be really good at reflexes. It's got I think, I don't know, if 10 levels or something like that. I got through, no, sorry, not 10 levels, 10 areas, I think, with each 10 or 5, don't remember. But at the end of every 10 levels there is a boss as well, so there's a boss fight as well, which is, I've reached the first boss but died because it was so blinking difficult. And also I didn't equip the weapons I should have equipped, etc, etc.
So those weapons you get out of those chests, right?
That's right. You find lots of different weird stuff in the chest. You find maps, you find I think you start off as well with a map revealer, so you press it and you can see where the waypoint is. And I don't remember if you see also the enemies or not. I hardly ever use it, that's why. And then you have the inventory that you open, and you have several little things in there as well. So you can use everything you find from the chests, and you have to equip it first before you use it. And there's a lot of very useful items that I think they're quite crucial to finish in the game. There is, for example, a repeater, which allows you to shoot much faster. There is high impact, let's say, projectiles that deal massive damage, so each enemy doesn't require necessarily a lot of shooting, just one bullet, which helps a lot, especially with the drones that move around, with the cape to drones I call them, that move around and shoot you because they're really fast and they're really annoying. And also the turrets, these enemies don't really activate until you get into their field of view, but they're always positioned in such a good way that as soon as you enter the field of view of one, they all start shooting, and it's just the mayhem. So what comes very handy is like another item, which is like a clock that slows everything down, and it doesn't stop everything, but it slows it down, and you move at the usual speed, and then that really helps to dodge all the bullets and to
bullet time.
Yeah, that's right. I tried using that on the boss as well. I still died because he is a bullet sponge, and so I needed let's say the stronger bullets, but then didn't have them at the time. But I think he's doable. I just need more practice. So again, there's another thing, that this game is very well balanced. I think if you practice a lot with it, then that's fine. You can actually make it. A bit of a shortcoming initially, I thought, was like you can't shoot diagonally, or I wasn't able to do it with the D-pad and my incredibly big thumb. Probably couldn't make it. So I was dying a lot at the beginning until I found out I could strafe. And you strafe by holding the button. First you turn into the direction, hold the shooting button, then you strafe, and that helped a lot. And with that, I managed to reach the final boss of the first stage, let's say, first area. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The UI is very simple. So you have a screen with the action going on. Then you have on the bottom left hearts and money, and then on the bottom right a timer, which is just a speedrun timer. So there's no actual timer for you to complete the level in. So you can take your time, which is very, very appreciated in this sort of game. The dodge, I was going to say as well, the dodge, you can use it, but then it has a recharge time. So on top of that heart UI thing at the bottom left, there's also a little arrow on the Game Boy that recharges. So as soon as you press dodge, you can't dodge again for, I don't know, probably 1.5 seconds or something like that. I think I've timed. I'm not sure. And I think, in a nutshell, that's it. In terms of options.
What is the money for?
Yes, thank you, because I lose my train of thought. So the money is for a shop, man, because there's a shop. See, this
How
game,
could you forget?
I don't know. I wrote it down on my notes as well. But in terms of gameplay, that was all I said. That's all I was going to say. I probably was going to talk about the shop in a minute. So you reach the shop, at least in my experience. What happened to me is just before the boss, I reached the shop. At the shop, you find this weird seller that I tried to shoot in the beginning. It was an enemy. And then you can buy or sell stuff. So you can sell some of your inventory, and you can buy stuff from him. But some things you can't sell. They are part of your basic equipment, say, and some other stuff that you find in the chest and stuff like that. Yes, you can definitely sell, get some more money, and buy some more valuable items. Sometimes when you open a chest, you don't find anything. That's happened to me as well. He says, "You got nothing." I was like, "Oh, wow, all this effort." Yeah.
That's harsh.
I know. So what else to add? The variety of the enemies. There's all sorts. As I said before, there's the drones, the cave drones. Then there's some other sort of drones with some sort of sticks underneath. Then there is in the screen there is some sort of black hole square that attracts you to the middle and doesn't let you move. So you have to kind of escape it with a dodge. You can do that. There's other enemies that I've encountered, such like a dragon, sort of a dragon. I don't know. It's a white dragon made of blocks, and he moves around like a snake sort of thing. And you have to shoot his tail, and after a while, when you shoot his tail, he explodes. But they put him. He tries to follow you like Snake. That just as an example, and usually they put him there, and a black hole. So you kind of really have to really, make your escape properly.
And does the environment change when you go to another level, or?
Well, I've been only level 1, so I don't know. I haven't seen any videos or anything, so I don't really know if it changes. I've managed to reach only the first boss. By the looks of some of the screenshots, it doesn't seem that the environment itself, you're always in space. It looks like the tile set of where you land is different, so maybe it just changes color or
color.
Yeah.
Just a color swap.
Yeah.
I see there's also a multiplayer.
Yes,
with the link port.
Exactly. So your port, you can play with someone. Obviously, I didn't test that because I don't have anyone to play with, and also I don't have another analog pocket. But it seems to work. In fact, so on GitHub, he writes that this can be a bit tricky at times. It's not perfect, but it should be playable. So, but yes, I didn't try that. What else to say? I think I've seen one video where there is some really creative weapons that really help you out. There's, I think, like a sort of a dog or something that you can spawn, and it goes after the enemies by itself. But I've just seen that. I don't know where it is. I haven't reached that. That's it, I think. One last thing to mention. If you have any questions, please interrupt me.
Yes, I have a question.
Go for it.
Music and sound.
Music. Oh, good job you said that. Music is absolutely beautiful. In fact, in every single game it's done. Good Lord. It's just so evocative. It's tranquil. It's just I don't know. It's like sampled music or something like that, which is really relaxing. And then also it's low volume. And then when you move, it's just like really delicate sounds and swishes. It's really relaxing when you listen to it. I really like it.
The gameplay is very hectic, but the rest is very the sound and the soundscape is relaxing. Well, that's good.
Yeah. You should definitely listen to it. There's another game that I want to talk about, but I want to spoil it now. And it starts always for the Game Boy Advance, and it starts with the guitar music, and it's so good. It just really relaxes you. And Very good, very good. I really like his games. I think he's a really, really talented individual.
It looks beautiful, and
Yeah.
but is it finished, this game, or?
So it says on it in development, but the last commit that I saw, as you said, well, I saw 22 years ago on GitHub. You said 2021. So I don't know what's happened, if he's gone on or he's abandoned it. I don't know, but it's playable, so why not?
Yeah, if it's finishable, then it's fine.
Yeah, I
But
think
I'm
so.
a little bit worried that it's just like a sort of thing which never gets finished or something.
I don't know. I can't tell you, but it's worth the experience if you're not.
It feels finished.
Well, in terms of polish, yes, I think so.
Good.
There's been a couple of instances where I've kind of cleared the level, and then all of a sudden, it just 10 drones spawn from the waypoint, and I'm not sure why that is. Is he detecting that I'm using the analog pocket and punishing me for that? I don't know. Now you have to tell me if you play it in one of your original consoles, handhelds. Right, one last thing I'm going to add is, well, two last things I got to add. The option screen is absolutely insane. So it's got loads of stuff, language. So you can swap the language, change the buttons. You can change how the strafe works. You can you can change how the camera follows you. You can change the difficulty level. You can enable night mode, which changes a bit of the palette. You can disable the speedrun clock, or have some options around that. You can disable the rumble. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in this game. It's very, very nice. And then there's secret stuff in this game. So there's a boss rush mode that, if I don't remember what they call, you have to do something special on a screen, and you can enter boss rush mode. You just do the bosses. And then there was another screen that you can reach by pressing 15 times on a shoulder button, and you can enter like debug mode or something like that, a console. And
Wow.
yeah, that's about it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say about this game. Just looking at my notes, I think it's all yeah.
Looks beautiful. Yeah, it reminds me a bit of games like Nuclear Throne or.
Yeah, it's very hard, but yes.
Yeah, just like a roguelite, I guess.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Well, that's it.
I like these kind of games. So yeah, looks fun to play on the handheld. Nice.
Yeah. All right. So we should quickly move on to the news.
Let's go.